Mike Roush.
Hi, that's me.
He's back.
Hi, I'm back.
The coolest thing is this army right here. You just did something cool with it. What'd you do?
Yeah, so I went up to Motor City Mayhem and played in a 5-round tournament and took first.
And you got to go to where? Where are you going?
I'm going to be going to the Invitational Golden Ticket, sponsored by GW, or hosted by GW, however you want to word that.
Both.
Yes, both. So I believe that's down in Georgia, so I got the invitational for that. I won it with this army, my Ossiarch Bonereapers. So I'm excited to show it off today, show you what they can do. It's pretty fun.
Yeah, when he won, I was like, yeah, bring the army. Let's put it on the channel, because who doesn't want to play against 1,000 Death Riders?
Yeah, it's
exactly 1,000, right?
Exactly, on the nose, 1,000.
Yeah, 1,000.
Painting them was a horror, but lovely at the same time.
I'm really excited. It'll be fun to play against it. I want to let Mike, show off what he won the tournament with. We'll see if maybe I can pull out a victory.
Sure.
Maybe. I don't know. I'm playing Coalesced Seraphon today, and I've lost both games of the new Seraphon book so far.
All right.
So we'll see if I can keep my streak going and go for loss number 3.
No, we gotta turn it up. Turn it up. Turn it around.
All joking aside, I'm looking forward to this game. It's always a pleasure playing Mike, and I can't wait to get this out so that everybody can see it. And congratulations to you.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, that's
thanks.
great. Yeah, Mike is a fantastic player. He goes to a ton of different tournaments, so I'm hoping you take first at Worlds.
Yeah, that's the goal, right?
Well, thanks for watching, and we will get to lists.
So I'm playing Ossiarch Bonereapers. They have a couple cool abilities, which I'll go over when they matter in the game, but with my list, I'm playing Mortis Praetorians, which means whenever my opponent finishes a charge within 12 of me, I'm able to attempt a counter charge, which synergizes really nice with Death Riders, or maybe just move blocking, however that's going to work. Starting at the top of the list, we're going to have Catacros, Supreme, more Target than Necropolis. He's giving everyone +1 saves, +1 to hit, stealing command points, a whole bunch of cool utility stuff. Following up, surprisingly, as the general, is the Liege Cavalos. His command trait is Diversionary Tactics, which makes a 12-inch bubble. If my opponent is within that 12 inches, they are -3 to charge, so hopefully trying to mitigate his charges to maximize my own. He got the artifact, the Load of Saturation, which improves his ward saves by 1, so he has a 5-up ward save base. I can again improve that with a Ossiarch command to make it a 4-up, so he's quite tanky with that 3-up save going to a 2-up save. We also have a Bone Shaper. He's just a wizard. He's got Tunnel Master, so I can do some battle tactics, move around the board a little bit. The spell he took was Drain Vitality, which is a 18-inch range, -1 to hit, and -1 to save spell, so it's quite good. And then going through the list, we have Death Riders, Death Riders, Death Riders, Death Riders, and, you guessed it, Death Riders.
I don't see any Death Riders.
I don't know. They're hidden in there behind Catacros. He's quite tall. Oh. But yeah, they are very fast. Impact hits. They have some okay damage, but they're quite tanky. That's why I took them. You might be asking, why not make a squad of 10 Death Riders so you can beat a 1-drop? Well, the answer is I want more impact hits. I'm trying to play ogres in death fashion. And then to round out the list, we have 6 Immortus Guard. Big, tanky brick unit. Can deal a bunch of damage, can take a bunch of punishment, and can bodyguard to heroes if I ever need that. Maybe Croaks are going to start splashing over and they can take some hits for me. But that is my 1990 points of Ossiarch Bonereapers.
Dun 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 dun! More dinosaurs! I love dinosaurs. So, from here we got a Coalesced army. Coattle's Claw, the +1 to wound on the charge. I don't know if I'll be doing a lot of charging though, so we'll see if that comes into play.
I mean, ideally not.
Yeah, grand strategy, take what's theirs. I've got a Skink Star Priest who's kind of hanging out right here in the front. My wife painted that. It was the one and only model I was able to get her to paint, even though she's a great painter. And then right behind that, the beautiful old fine cast Astrolith Bearer. Still not sure if I'm going to get the new one because...
I mean, he looks good.
He looks good, but that one's painted. And
it is.
I don't have to pay more money.
That's true. Saving money and time? That sounds like a win-win.
He's my general. Got the Griff Feather Charm because I didn't really know what to do for the artifacts. And none of them really made sense with him being the general, other than that one to me. And then Aspect of the Champion is fueled by Gurish Rage, because why not try and just make sure that my general doesn't die?
I would never try to kill him. That doesn't sound like me.
Of course, yeah. So right there is my Lord Croak. If you have watched the channel before, you've probably seen him. I absolutely love the paint job I did. I hope you do too. I spent a lot of time on that guy. He's going to do Lord Croak things, knows the whole lore for the Coalesce side, so that'll be handy for some toolbox, but, you know, he's going to be Croak. He's going to try and mortal wound things and, yeah, that kind of stuff.
Swift death.
Swift death to death?
That works somehow.
Yeah. Moving on, Battle Line, Stegodon. Just regular one.
Yeah.
Counts as 10 on objectives, and it does, you know, Stegodon things.
It's got snakes.
More importantly, 30 Saurus Warriors. I have 10 of the new ones, but I don't know how to build 10 of the new ones and then run them in a block with those guys, so I'm just going to run the old ones for now.
Yeah, that makes sense.
They look good. I'm contemplating like making the Saurus Guard, or making the Saurus Warriors, the models, into my Saurus Guard.
Oh, like converting, like give them like...
Yeah, because I already have all these built and everything, or maybe I'll just suck it up and buy more Warriors, I don't know.
30 Saurus Guard on the way, being promised right now.
So Warriors are going to do warrior things. They're 600 points for that big block. I mean, but it's 60 wounds, and I mean, they're pretty decent now in the new book. A nice skink screen. Skink screen? I think that's the way to say it. One unit of skinks. That's in the Gleetian Veterans along with the Saurus Warriors. That way they can attack through, and I can take the clubs so they do better. And then 5 Raptidon Chargers. I got them partially painted today. I mean, enough that I think that they can at least grace the channel here. I hope you don't disagree with me.
I see the Raptors, but where's the Chargers?
Well, I haven't put the Chargers on there yet because I'm actually deciding, because I got 2 units, whether I want the Archers.
Okay.
So I'm not really ready to build them, so I've just got them riderless for now. And then sitting behind them, we've got a Bastildon with the Arc of Sotek. I know it looks like a shooty one, but it's not going to be for today.
It shoots snakes out of it.
Yep. You're a 2-drop, I'm a 3-drop, because I got a Battle Regiment, and then the 2 in the Gleetian Veterans, and I'm a 2,000 point even list.
Ooh,
so
Triumph.
we're gonna jump over. You get your Triumph, I don't get a Triumph, and we're gonna take a look at what the battle plan is for the day.
All right, so we're here playing the Presence of Idols. So we got 3 missions down the center, across the line from each other. So this mission is pretty standard. Score 1, score 2, score more. Pick a battle tactic, get an additional 2 points, and then 3 points for our grand strategies there at the end. I don't remember if I mentioned mine, but mine is the scales balanced, which means I need to have a squad of Death Riders with 5 guys in it. I have a lot of Death Riders that may or may not be achievable. We don't really know. But additional rules for this battle plan is we get to pick 3 idol units. If an idol kills an idol, we're able to score additional victory points. And I believe they also take half battle shocks, which I've never heard of battle shock in this game, so we'll see how relevant that is.
It'll be relevant on my Saurus Warrior.
That's true, that's true.
Because that's one idol for me.
Mm-hmm.
Another idol is Croak, and then my general.
Right. For me, mine's going to be Catacros, my 6 Immortus Guard, and just so I can remember who's who, it's going to be the Leech Cavalos, because I don't remember which squad of Death Riders it is. So make it easy, it will be those 3. And because I did have lower drops, I'll get to pick who's going first. So I'll give you the pleasure of having the first turn.
Wow! I'm so confused that you
never saw it never saw it coming.
Never saw it coming. Cool. Let's jump into Seraphon turn 1. All right, Seraphon turn 1. Gonna do battle tactic cunning maneuver. So got to get this dude on the objective. It's pre-measured, so he'll be able to get there. Mm-hmm. And then you said you had a lot to do in my hero phase. What are you doing?
So Catacros, he's got this handy little spy master over here. So at the start of each of your turns on a 5-up, you will not receive a command point. You're going to lose 1 command point because Catacros deem it so.
Well, I'm going to roll for Croak, and on 4s, I'm going to get command points.
Well, that's fine. You can have those ones.
1. I'm back.
Catacross, you did everything.
My heroic action will be the same thing.
Sure.
And I will miss that one.
I'll do heroic willpower. Catacross is going to become a wizard.
Ooh.
Spicy.
That is super spicy. Is he even in range to unbind?
I don't know, but he's doing it.
He looks pretty far away. Look at that. He is. Just barely. Towing in.
Look at this guy go.
Yeah, he's towing in. Cool. Did you have any other things to do in my hero phase?
No.
Like 1,000 command points?
So for those of you who are not aware, Ossiarch Bonereapers get additional command points at the start of the turn. So if I have 7 or more units, I get +6. If I have 5 or more units, I get +4. And then if I have, I believe it's 3 units, I get +1. And then my Liege Cavalos and Catacross each get an additional per the turn. So we have a lot of command points to use and to spend. So just kind of going around.
Cool. So what I'm going to do is use the staff from this guy and this unit of Saurus warriors. So they will get his doing mortal wounds on 6s to wound.
Mm-hmm.
And then from there, I'm going to cut the video for now, and we'll come back at the end of movement. Well, actually, we'll come back at the end of the hero phase. I'll explain all the spells and rolling that I did. Then we'll cut to movement from there. So see you in a minute. Okie dokie. So, cast a bunch of spells. Started off with Mystic Shield with Croak, and then went from there to the +1 Rend spell for the Saurus Warriors. Did the draw a line and did some mortal wounds that are all going to get healed. So it's kind of pointless,
undead.
but I got to roll dice, so that's fun.
We get to see things happen.
Yep. His spell's not really in range for the regular one, but I did get the run and charge spell on the Bastiladon. I have a Arcane Bolt stored up on Croak because I didn't really have anything else to do. And then the staff, as I explained earlier, is on the Saurus Warriors. So now we're going to cut to movement, and we'll show you where everything ends up. Alrighty, so things have moved up. I took the Stegodon, towed in there to control that objective. These moved up here, got my battle tactic there. And yeah, we're doing stuff. These guys stayed back a little bit in order to stay wholly within my territory to get their +1 to save. So between that and Mystic Shield, they're fairly tough. Mm-hmm. I don't think you're going to come engage them this turn anyway. I think you're probably going to go after the Stegodon or that stuff over there.
Yeah, probably.
But we'll find out. And from here, got to shoot. We got Stegodon. It's going to shoot at the already wounded Death Riders there.
I'll use one of my temporary command points and use Impenetrable Ranks to give them a 5 aboard save.
Ooh, 5 aboard.
Yeah.
Spicy.
Got some fun Ossiarch commands out here.
Yeah. All right. We'll go 3s and 3s, or I'll go 2s and 3s. I'm trying to, like, do I want to use all out attack? I feel like I want to save that command point for some reason.
I would definitely never steal one next turn.
Yeah, so... Oh, is it every turn?
Every turn. First time each turn, I can steal a command point.
Oh, wow. I thought it was once per battle round.
No.
Interesting. So, 3s and 3s. Cool.
There's
Roll
those 2s.
2 2s.
And a 2.
Glad we came. I had some Stegodons for some reason.
They're
3s
both...
and 3s are a lot harder than you think it is.
3s and 3s have like a 25% hit chance.
Yeah. All right, so that's my turn. We're going to come back with Bonereapers turn 1.
Alright, going to Ossiarch Bonereapers turn 1. Catacross regenerates his command point. I will gain mine. I noticed that you got one, and Catacross might have something to say about that. Nope, you can keep it this time.
Yes.
You're allowed to have 3. But Catacross will use his little banner man. He's going to look at these Saurus Warriors funny. We're going to make them -1 to hit.
Sweet.
Because he can just do that board wide whenever he wants. We're going to use, my battle tactic is going to be Trample the Defiant. I'm going to take this orange squad of Death Riders here. I'm going to have them engaged in combat at the end of the turn, and they have to make a charge. Which, with them moving 13, should be fairly feasible to at least engage something. If they die, I still will fail my tactic, but hopefully they don't die. They're relatively resilient. If they died, then, guess they deserved it. It's on them.
There you go.
And then heroic action, we go for command points, because that's what we do here. I will not get one.
I will try it with my Skink Priest over there, and I will fail.
Okay. Going into my hero phase, I will use Catacross's command point to use Supreme Lord of the Bonereaper Legions, making a 24-inch bubble of +1 to hit, +1 to save. I will use the Liege Cavalos' command ability called Endless Duty. We're going to give +1 attack.
Hot duty.
Nice. +1 attack we're going to give to this orange squad of Death Riders. And then Catacross will use Supreme Lord of the Necropolis, which is also 24 inches. We're going to heal 3 wounds on the squad Death Riders, the squad Death Riders,
I did nothing.
and these 2 wounds of Immortus Guard. I get to pick 3 units in each of my hero phases, completely mitigating all of your spells.
I was hoping to get some Stegodon damage in there.
That's true. If you killed one, then I use my
you
Bonereaper. Everything heals.
I think the arrow just went like right through their bones.
Absolutely. So it's like sticking in their rib cage, and it's just they're like riding with. They're like, yeah, it's fine. And that's it for the Ossiarch Bonereaper hero phase. Cool. So we'll go to the movement phase. Okay, we're here post movement.
Stuff came forward.
Yeah, so we're here to be aggressive. Be aggressive. So the orange squad who have to make a charge, they came near lots of things. So we're gonna have lots of options.
I got a big redeploy.
You did. So once they move forward, you're able to screen out your Skink Star Priest over here.
Yep.
So he's probably not gonna die this turn.
Maybe.
That said, I use Unstoppable Advance. I don't know if you noticed, I'm missing like 4 command points. Because I use Unstoppable Advance a handful of times to get additional movement. So like these 2 squads can no longer charge, but like I used it on these 3 squads of Death Riders and the Immortus Guard, meaning they can still all attempt to charge after the fact. So I'm hoping to make a couple long bomb charges and just do a long engagement across the front of your army. That said, I think I'm ready to start rolling some charges. Let's start with the important one. We'll do the orange squad. Just seeing how far they can go. Shoot? Who does shooting? Who in a reasonable universe would just shoot when you can charge? So they're going to roll a 4. They get a +1 to a 5. For right now, we're just going to leave these little Saurus alone. You know, we don't need to touch them that much. Let's just stay outside.
Bring them into combat.
We'll think about it, you know?
They won't hurt you.
I don't believe you. If you look at the number of tokens they have, it is terrifying. That said, Death Riders do have a rule of the Death Riders Wedge, which they rolled a 4. So they're basically ogres. So we're going to roll dice equal to the charge, which is 4. And on a 5+, you'll take no mortal wounds.
Yes!
But
Stegodon lives.
Until we roll for our second squad of Death Riders. This is what this list does.
3.
Nah, big 12. It's like an 8. 8's okay.
What's the difference between the 3 and the 12?
I am quite content with that. So they're just going to come in here. They're looking at these skinks with delicious intent.
I don't know if the skinks can survive.
Well, I certainly hope not.
Just go pop, pop, pop.
So they did roll an 8, so we're going to grab 8 dice. We're going to pick the Bastiladon as the target of our mortal wounds.
Come on, pick the skinks.
I think the skinks, surprisingly, will die anyways. And we will do a whole 2 mortal wounds into that Bastiladon.
2 mortal wounds. He's outside my ward bubble, sadly.
Delicious. And then we have one other squad of Death Riders up at the top. They will once again rolling an 8. So they have +1 to charge, which makes it a 9. We're here for good times. We're going to see how much they can kill.
Way into the Raptidons?
Absolutely. We'll think about it. I do believe I'm within 12 of your croak.
Hope for a lucky 12 or a 10 on the 2 dice with the croak.
Just roll 10s. Just roll 6s.
That'd be cool.
If you roll 6s, you can't fail.
Yeah, that's right.
So 8 dice.
Better to be lucky than good.
That's true. That's always paid off. Never wrong. But I will choose my turn to be lucky, and I will do 5 mortal wounds to that Stegodon.
He is in range, so we're going to do 6s to ward.
Nice.
Ward 1. So 4 mortal wounds.
Alright. And then the Immortus Guard is going to be the last thing to charge. Rolling a 7, which does not get them in. Now I'm going to do something that if you've played OBR in the past, you've never been able to do.
You're going to reroll a charge?
I'm going to reroll a charge using a command point. Rolling another 7, so they'll still fail. But it just feels
lucky
good.
Break for me.
Oh no, the -1 damage won't come into effect.
Because they're all 1 damage, right?
Yes, they are. Death Riders, lots of crappy 1 damage attacks.
Nice.
Seraphon don't like that. I think that we're going to go to the end of the charge phase. You got to do some stuff.
I do. I get to do some monstrous rampages. I'm excited to do the Bastiladon one because I get to actually use it in this game, whereas the last game we played, I didn't get to really use it. So I was just going against like 1 unit, 1 hero at a time with it.
That sounds terrible.
So pick an enemy unit within 3 that's not a monster and roll a dice. So let's do. Neither have any wounds, right?
Nope.
So we'll do the.
Orange Squad's for my tactic.
Yeah, we'll do the orange squad. So roll I rolled the dice. I got a 6, which I think means I do nothing.
I think so.
It's less than the number of models in the enemy unit. So
anything but a 6 would have been fine.
hey, well, less than the number, so it had to be 4 or less, and then I would have done mortal wounds equal to the roll.
You succeeded too hard.
Too good at rolling on that one. I cannot use the fight last one for the Stegodon because I haven't charged.
Right.
So instead, I'm going to roar you.
Yeah, makes sense.
And that one works.
They're roared.
Get another 6, and then we'll do Croak's ability now, even though it's the start of the combat phase. Just because you guys are going to be turned off for the combat phase.
Yep.
So let's see if I can roll a
Big 10. Big 10. Big 10.
Big 10.
9.
9. Come on. It gets a +1, right?
Yeah, there's definitely a +1 in there somewhere.
All right. Well, we'll show you what happens with combat, and we'll be back.
Here, into combat phase. I did my battle tactic. These Death Riders did not die. As mighty, despite your 6s, did some mortal wounds. Killed the Pharaoh, but still sticking around, doing our tactic. We got engaged a bunch of skinks. We're going to have to take a battle shock. Stegodon, actually, went to town, took out 3 dudes. So, quite impressed by
Stegodon
that.
took out 2?
Yeah, so overall doing work, and I didn't...
8 wounds on this guy now, 5 on him, so you did some good work.
Did some
whittling
chip
him away.
damage.
The skinks somehow survived, but they got to take a battle shock. So
What's their
roll
bravery?
We'll roll that now and see if they survive.
Oh no.
5 plus 5 is
5?
10.
Their bravery is...
Their bravery 5.
Oh no.
So they did not survive.
Well, they ran away. They ran away to fight another day.
They sure did.
They're doing something.
We're gonna pray to God I get the turn, or
Absolutely.
bad things happen to me.
So scoring, I did my tactic. They're live and in combat. I held 1, I held 2, I held more. So I will be scoring 5 points at the bottom of 1, going into the roll-off.
All right, I need the roll off here.
1. But you break ties.
Woo! I got lucky there. I'm taking the turn.
Seraphon.
We'll come back with Seraphon on turn 2. Alright, do an eye for an eye. I think that's probably the best way to go here. I'm going to gain 2 command points.
Or...
Hey!
You can keep them. It's all yours.
I'm going to croak some command points out here because I need them. I think this is a key turn.
Absolutely.
I got 1.
All right, not bad.
Not rolling high on the croak stuff. Alright, we will do a command point for my heroic action. Do not get that one either.
Catacross is very much feeling the wizard energies. He's going to use heroic willpower once again.
We'll power it up. All right. So, moving on from there, I'm going to put the staff this time on the Bastiladon because I am not in range to put it on the big unit. Because I had to do
you could also move them using your command trait. So if you want to move them
that's
in
only
your
for the
phase.
source, I believe.
Yes, but you can move the source into range.
I could. Yeah, that's a good point. So we'll come back after I do some hero phase stuff. I may change that because I may move them first and go that direction and avoid the Immortus Guard. I'm not sure yet because there's Immortus Guard and Catacross.
Yeah. I mean, Catacross is a lot of fun. He's down to party.
I know he is. So, all right, we'll show you what happens at the end of my hero phase because I got a lot of things to do and decisions to make. All right, so I did do the hero phase move from his command trait, so I get to do that as long as he's in my territory. So I moved him up a bit. I moved them forward and into range there, so just barely within 12 to be able to get the staff on them. I did decide to go this way versus that way, and yeah, did some stuff with Croak.
Yeah.
Did mortal wounds, mortal wounds, mortal wounds. Almost chipped off an Immortus Guard, but rolled a little low on the last mortal wounds. You did manage to unbind one because I had a low roll.
Yeah, which was kind of huge.
Yeah, that was big. And then got Mystic Shield off here. And I got the -1 to hit on the Immortus Guard.
Yeah.
I'm going in the middle. I don't know if it's recommended.
The Immortus Guard can just do no damage into these Saurus warriors.
That's kind of what it feels like, so I'm just going in the middle. We're going to jam it
standoff.
in and just see what happens. So moving on from there, we're going to literally do movement because we're going to move on.
Yeah.
You know, we're moving.
Yeah, moving on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, some things happened.
No.
These Raptidons auto-6'd over here to take this objective because you only have 4 on. You not neglected, but you chose not to redeploy onto here.
Yep.
Because I technically still held this while the Star Priest was on here. So I sequenced it to move over here first to see if he would do that, and he didn't, which allowed me to then, after I moved the Saurus Warriors forward, move this guy back to safety. Left the Bastillodon in there
He's
because
being a bit of a coward, you know, running away from
he's
all
a skink.
This doesn't change the difference. He's still a coward.
That's true. You got a big 5-inch redeploy here, and why did you move that way?
So, for those of you who aren't aware, Catacross's command ability only works if he's not engaged in combat. So I use the Immortal Guard to kind of just get in the way to weirdly keep Catacross out of the fight, so I can keep the bubble of the +1 to hit and +1 to save.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now we're going to move on to the good old shooting phase, which we can go ahead and do that. The Bastillodon actually gets to shoot because he has meteoric javelins.
Woo!
So
We're going to give him a +1 ward from Catacross's free CP.
yep, we're going to shoot into those dudes there. No, this one. The
Oh.
Bastillodon has meteoric javelins.
I will do that there too, I guess.
Yeah,
'cause
4s
I
and
can't.
5s.
They might need the ward save. You never
5s.
know.
1.
Oh no!
And the javelins are now -1 rend.
Why are they rend 1? Force. I will make my save and waste a command point.
Yes. Wasted that command point.
I
so
only
good.
have.
All right,
8
Stegodon
remaining.
shooting into these guys, doing the
Dude.
same thing. Javelins.
Also got the ward.
4s. Got 2 hits. 5s. Nothing. And then we've got the big bow. 3s. Hit with all 3.
There you go. There you
Come
go.
on, 3s. And it gets 1 through.
That's
Negative
math. Neg 1 takes him to force, which I will fail.
3 damage.
And then 5 up wards from impenetrable ranks. I'll make 1. So deal 2 damage, leaving 1 guy remaining at 2 wounds.
Cool. All right. Now we're moving on to the charge phase.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to charge something.
Yeah?
What do you think I should charge?
Nothing. I think you should end the charge phase right now.
All right, Source Warriors. I got a 3.
So -3 from my command trait. We'll take that to a
I'm
1.
gonna reroll, and hope to God it's not that.
I don't know, it could be a lot of fun.
Need a 12. Come on, 12. Hey,
Hey.
9. 9-inch charge. I will not put you guys through watching me do that. So we got a 9-inch charge here. We're gonna roll for nothing else. Yeah. So let's do monstrous stuff, and then I will move them and
Yeah.
go to the combat phase.
Absolutely.
So we're gonna try the Bastillodon one again on the ones that are on the objective.
Don't roll too well.
1.
Hey, that's a guaranteed mortal wound.
I believe so.
They'll-
Is it 1 fails?
I hope
No,
not.
no. There you go.
Cool.
1 mortal wound.
They took it.
It did it.
He's trying his hardest.
We'll try and stomp here and just mortal wound you off.
Finish it off. Yes.
We'll get the stomp. 3.
Come on, 6s. Saves 1, but still dies.
Yes.
Completing your tactic for eye for an eye.
Yep. Eye for an eye is done. The Stegodon is freed up, and we got to go here and then go into combat. So we will be back after combat. Okie dokie. So lots of stuff happened. I took out 3 Immortus Guard. I don't think it'll matter because they're all coming back on his turn anyway. But I took the objective, so
That's all you need.
I control 3 objectives. The Bastillodon almost died somehow because I rolled 1s like a madman on his 2-up save.
No, I just would believe it's all the horse clip clops. They're just coming
Yeah.
in like right in the face.
Yeah, there you go. They're getting underneath the turtle shell.
Yeah. They're
Just
low to
like-
the ground.
They're kicking forward instead
Absolutely.
of back.
Yeah, it's not those back hips. They learned how to punctuate their heels and just jab.
Or maybe it's the horns on the horse getting in between the shell.
Could be. They're
Yeah.
professionals.
So it's at 10 wounds taken, which is it's rough.
Scary.
But we're hanging on there. The Saurus Warriors took 1 wound.
Right.
They're alive.
Yeah.
They killed 3 Immortus Guards, so I'd say they're good.
They're winning that fight.
They are a good unit. I would put that out there.
Absolutely.
We're going to be going into your turn, though. I did
Right.
score 5, so it's 10 to 5.
Did make me use a lot of command points now.
I made you use a lot of command points, which is cool.
worth noting.
I have no command points, which is not cool. So I'm hopefully gaining
Yeah.
at least 1, but we'll find out here. I need Croak to roll higher than
Yeah.
his command points.
Yeah.
And we're going to see what happens. So far, it's a good game, though.
Mm-hmm. Okay, going into OBR, turn 2. I go up to 5 command points. Catacross and Leech will both get theirs. On a 5-up, you're going to lose the one you do gain. You'll get to keep yours. It is allowed.
Croak says no.
Yeah, that's fine. You know, he's a big space wizard frog. Like, he's fine. He's in the corner.
He's a frog.
Yeah, he's a big frog.
He's got a
space
cool chair,
lizard.
man.
He does have a cool chair. Chair's pretty. My battle tactic is going to be eye for an eye. You killed my one horse, and we're kind of mad about it, so we're going to try to kill yours. And then heroic action, we're going for a command point. And we got it. It's going to go on Catacross.
Yeah, I'll do one for my general. Nope.
All right.
Can't get that free one.
We're gonna go to the healing phase.
Not today.
So Catacross gets to pick, the same few units. So we're gonna heal these Death Riders because they have no wounds allocated. I can return a full model. The Death Riders over here are wounded, so I can remove the wounds that remain on him. So he's gonna go up to full health. And then for whenever it's a larger unit, like a Mortis Guard or Stalkers, I can roll a dice. On a 3+, I can return a model because no Mortis Guard are wounded. Rolling a 3.
Oh, I was going for a 2.
So one Mortis Guard will get plopped right back into that unit. Oh, but look, we have
Nice.
a Bone Shaper within 6. So we're going to roll another 3+.
No, don't do it.
And we're going to return
Oh, no.
another Mortis Guard right back into the squad.
What did I do? I didn't do anything.
There's one missing. There's one missing.
Is that 10 wounds back?
Yeah, just a casual 10 wounds on. I'm going to spend a command point from Catacross on a 2-up save.
Very nice.
Oh, that'll get punched in the face a little bit again. So we'll use Catacross as the one he generated this turn.
You want to roll your one spell?
I do have a spell. I failed to cast it last time, so we didn't mention it. He's going to cast Mystic Shield on an 8.
Come on, Croak. Croaking it up on a 9.
Yeah, that's sure. See, we don't need wizards here.
Right.
Wizards they're too much. And then we're going to use the Liege Cavalos's command point. We're going to give +1 attack to... Who's within 18? Probably these guys. I'm going to give these guys +1 attack to go kill some Raptordons.
Oh, leave the Raptidons alone.
They
haven't even gotten to attack
They
yet.
stole my objective, and they're kind of ticked about it, they take that thing kind of personally. Because one guy forgot to stand on it, so they're cursing Bob. He's probably going to get turned into a horse later. It's perfectly normal thing.
Are you ready to move your stuff?
Yeah, I'm ready to go into the movement
You
phase.
gonna do it?
Yes.
Let's do
We're gonna move. We're gonna move it. Move it. Here we are. Post movement. I use a few command abilities. So instead of doing Unstoppable Advance to move myself up the board, I use things like Swift Reform. So these Death Riders retreated and they're still able to charge. Everything else just kind of moved up. We want to try to start putting pressure on the Saurus block here. I actually didn't move these Death Riders near the Raptordons because I don't want to let them redeploy and try to snake away from me. I want to be able to try to engage them properly. One command I want to do at the end of the movement phase is called Reknit Constructs. So that takes me down from 5 to 4. I'm going to try to heal this Death Rider D3 wounds. But because they have no wounds allocated, on our 5 or more, I can return a Death Rider. I will not by rolling a 4. So that'll be it for the end of movement. Going to charge. I'm going to start with these Death Riders down here into this...
Oh, we had to roll ward saves for this. We forgot
Yeah.
to do that last turn, so it has 1 wound back.
So
that it shouldn't have taken.
He's up to 9, so we only have to do 3, which hopefully we can do. So rolling, solid 8. Just gonna take these guys, push them back in.
Come on, 1s and 2s.
No, all
3s and 4s.
All 6s.
1s
All
and 2s, 3s
6s.
and 4s. Holy
That
crap!
will
That is
be
not 1s, 2s, and 3s
5
and 4s.
mortal wounds. I mean, there's a 1, a 3, and a 4.
Oh man!
Almost got the full straight.
All 6s. Come on! Come on! Come on! Oh.
There we go.
And there goes the Bastillodon.
And they do actually get a 6-inch pylon, so they might still be engaging the Saurus warriors. We'll see what happens there.
Yeah, losing that guy's a big
Yeah,
deal.
he was doing work. He was actually killing 2 Death Riders at combat phase. Isn't a bad rate. We're gonna charge with the guys up top into the Raptordons, rolling an 8. Apparently 8's just our lucky number. So we'll bring them up top. We'll once again roll 8 dice and do some mortal wounds on 5s. Doing 4 mortal wounds into the Raptordons.
Dang.
What are they? How many wounds apiece are they?
2.
Oh man.
They're not as cool as you, even though they're on the same base size.
Yeah, where you get that, bonus armor save, and bonus wound.
I mean, they're a 5-up save too.
That's
How many
over.
points are those?
170 for 5.
Yeah, these are 150.
That seems pretty fair.
Yeah.
There's definitely no misbalance there whatsoever.
What's your save?
4
Okay.
with 5 attacks a model.
4.
Yeah, it's basically the
5
same.
ward basically all the time.
Yeah, it just only costs a command point, which I don't have any. That'd be insanity. Resource management.
Right.
Next, we'll go with the Liege Cavalos. Rolling a 11. How many wounds does the Stegodon have? For
It has 8 taken. which means I believe there's 4 remaining, or 6 remaining.
We're feeling spicy.
4 to 6. Yeah, it's 14 now, so 6 remaining.
We are going to go into him. We want the spice. So we're going to roll 11 dice on 5s. Doing 6 mortal wounds.
Yeah, that's in range, so 6s.
So you got 6 up wards.
Save 1. Got a wound left.
So Liege Cavalist going for a mighty kill. It's not bad.
Yep.
And then final squad
Going
of
south
Death Riders.
real quick here, even though I got the turn.
Hits. Yeah.
This would have been way worse if I didn't get the turn.
That is true. This would have all happened to Toons sooner before you can get your buffs up or anything.
The new Seraphon book does not feel very good.
Like, it's got cool tricks.
I'm about to lose my 3rd game in a row with it. Maybe I'm just a terrible Seraphon player, but I do know that I was very good with the old book, which is why I stopped playing it.
Right.
And it wasn't just the power of the book. So
the book is much weaker than its last iteration.
Yeah.
In comparison.
But Croak's better, which is cool.
Croak's cool. Can you have your source in the middle take 1 damage, please?
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. So yeah, hopefully it's just mostly a points thing, so they can fit more stuff into their army, and
or maybe it's just like the newer stuff is better. Like I don't have the Agrodons and stuff yet, so maybe they just
something in there.
I mean, the Saurus Warriors are good.
They're taking hits like champs.
Yeah, like they're very good.
They're doing everything.
Probably just some list construction, and I don't know. Your army is really great. I mean, OBR is in a really good spot.
It's, other than the Harvester, RIP. The army overall is just so versatile and well put together. I have very few to any complaints about the army. It does everything I could ever want an army to do. Mostly have a 5-up ward and go everywhere.
Right.
But yeah, I think that's going to be it for charges. You get to do a monster rampage with your
I sure do.
Soon to be extinct dinosaur.
And I don't roar.
Oh no.
No roars.
So yeah, we're going to
come back after combat and probably 1 less dinosaur, or 2 or 3 or 4. All right, so
post combat.
I don't have anything.
You got Saurus, and that's about it.
Yeah. I don't know about this book. I don't think I played a terrible game.
No.
I mean, I just feel like even what I did, there's not much I could do. Like, it's hard in my mind to figure out how I could have played it differently. Like, do I just not move up and not score points
and fall behind? Like, you can't do that.
I can't play from a 0 score. So I don't know.
And the thing is, you can't engage me because, point per point, my units are just more efficient.
Yeah.
And they just outgrind you.
I love the army. I mean, you're playing a super cool army.
it's super cool and super, but just when you see something like this, I removed a Bastillodon in, by turn 2 with minimal resources. Like he's a squad of Death Riders, and I killed it.
Yeah, that didn't seem good. I mean, I rolled kind of bad on the saves, but not outrageously.
Not like you rolled 5
you're gonna roll 1s and 2s. So it's gonna happen. So. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. I mean, I had a lot of fun playing with Mike. I always do. This is a great game. So, we're just trying to diagnose, the state of the game and the disparity between armies. And
truthfully, that's always the best thing to discuss. After a game is figuring out, is it army disparity? Was there something that could be changed? And I think
or something I could have done better. That's I'm always looking for is how can I do better? Because I play so many different armies, and the rules get a little confusing when you're switching armies all the time.
Oh, for sure.
But besides that part, the gameplay aspect of the movement, which is the number one part of the game, really, is how do you move your pieces, more so than anything else. And then the dice and the abilities and all that get tossed on top of it. So I'm always trying to figure that out, and I don't. I mean, Mike, you're a good player. I don't really see how I could have played very much differently.
The only thing you could potentially do is, all right, you take those Saurus, you make a long line, and you pray I don't kill them.
Yeah, use them as a giant screen?
Right,
you're not doing that.
Right, you don't want to do that with your 600-point alpha bunker.
Right. So I think it's just list building and trying to figure out how to play this army in the new book.
It's very different than the old book. Is
way
truthfully
different
what it is.
Yeah.
maybe you said that like there's something in those new units, those Agrodons. Maybe
Yeah.
there's something in there.
Maybe.
Something to try. But
I'm gonna try it out. I gotta build the other set of 5 Raptidons. I think those are decent. I didn't get to really utilize them and show them off today because they needed to score points, but it is what it is, and we're gonna try and figure this army out. I'm gonna keep playing it because it's my favorite army and my first army.
That's a perfect reason to play them.
Thanks again for watching. Like and subscribe if you're around the Detroit area. We have a new one-day event coming up in September, so check us out in the link below.
All right. Bye.